What's up, y'all? It's Moy with Massage Therapy, and today we're in the woods, and not the massage room, because this is a 1,000 subscriber reflection. Yeah, I've been wanting to do this for a little while now. Never in a million years did I think I was good enough to get 1,000 of you to agree to continue to watch and support something I'm doing. And it's kind of a big deal to me. And it feels a little validating in some ways, kind of just seeing all the support I've been getting over the last year. Oh, yeah, it took a little over a year to get 1,000 subscribers. And that's a huge freaking deal, man. And I'm really proud of myself. And thank you guys so much for just, I don't know, just being badass. No, it's been super, super fascinating and immensely time consuming. Now, that's not a complaint. I have the luxury of having a very open schedule, so I fill most of my time filming content for you guys, and it's been very rewarding and refreshing, right? Because I have 4 consecutive days off, and I spend at least 2 of those days filming or getting ready to film or doing some back end stuff and designing thumbnails, descriptions, editing. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, I probably invest, I would say, an average of 10 to like 15 hours a week in editing or just YouTube general stuff. And I don't know how people with full-time jobs do this. It makes sense why this kind of becomes people's jobs at some point. Like, trying to upload a decent video. Which way do I go? I think I'm gonna go right. To upload a decent video like twice a week takes this massive kind of Herculean effort. I mean, seriously, maybe some people who have been doing this longer probably found a more streamlined kind of way to do it. But for me, my clinic space is, I don't know, 30 minutes from my house. And I mean, that's an hour of driving alone, right? And on top of that, it probably takes me an average of, like, I would say 3 hours to film a video. Like, that's including setup time, the lights, the camera angles, and moving things around and troubleshooting things. Like, it's not always pretty with my execution, so it is what it is there. And then you couple that with all the editing time. Like, that's a massive commitment, and it's all for free, and it's something that I really care about, and that's why I keep doing it. Hold on, I gotta switch hands. My arm already hurts after 4 minutes. So it's about a lot of energy. I do want this video to be unaltered, so this is going to include all my hiccups and rants and inconclusive thoughts. So bear with me. If you're wondering, all of my videos are scripted and very carefully thought about and re-recorded a million times. And it's kind of been a huge learning curve, because I'm not really too proficient at reading, which is all right, but I'm better at, like, just endless stream of consciousness. But I realize that's not the best way to deliver, accurate, careful information. So I decided to script them, and including all the like details about how to deliver the techniques and how to be clear about the anatomy and the insertions and origins and yada yada. I kind of need to write all that stuff down and kind of read it. So, what else? What else have I been thinking about? I don't know if you guys have paid attention through my upload journey, but there has been a small change in the style of videos that I've been uploading. Kind of went from like really hyper specific, like anatomy and treatment for specific muscles, to more kind of general ASMR style, kind of like flow massage in some ways. And the reason why I kind of have been switching it around lately is to keep me interested and to keep me engaged with what I'm doing. It can seem a little robotic at times. Gotta keep switching. It can seem a little robotic at times, like me, like, oh, technique 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, moving on. Thanks for dropping it, right? Like, I don't know. I have a lot more freedom in just kind of freestyling and like designing a session the same way that I would treat a client or a patient coming into my clinic room, right? Listen, like carefully listening to their, man, there's a lot going on here. Check this out. Like a tree flipped. That's a root system. Kind of want to go check it out, but it looks a little dangerous. Let's see. Oh, all right. This is probably what y'all didn't sign up for, but it's all right. We'll do this together. No, so I've been enjoying myself just treating, with a little bit more freestyle. That looks wild. There's a lot of thorny roots and stuff, so I'm gonna bail on this. I'm gonna bail on it. Sorry, y'all. And I've been enjoying that a whole lot more because it is why I love massage so much, right? I like it because I get to be creative with it and design a session the best way that I find fit. And it requires, this almost, how do I want to say it? Like a creative prime. Like I need to prime and allow and provide space for creativity. And when I go in there with an idea, I lose all of my creative juices. And, for those of you wondering, the beautiful volunteer on the table is my wife. And, I asked her a few days or at the beginning of the week, like, hey, is there something you want me to work on for this weekend's video? And then I kind of loosely entertain different things I want to demonstrate or show in the video. So that's kind of like some way I can, have a little bit of guidance, but have a lot of opportunity for creativity. And so I do want to do both, but I'm going to kind of flip flop depending on how I feel and what I'm in the mood to do, because with the way my brain works, if I'm not interested, I don't want to do it. Everything feels like way too much of an effort. Sorry, got a little strenuous back there. Another thing that I really want to bring up is, something that I've been like trying to navigate because it's complicated and I never had a chance to like learn how to manage it or deal with it. But I'm 30 years old, and the reason why that's important is I haven't used social media since I was 18. So like, I'm not used to getting all of this attention on social media, you know, YouTube being social media in some ways. And so I've been kind of trying to figure out a way to navigate that and not be and build good habits around, you know, engagement with my content and checking my content. And you know, YouTube on the back end shows you all the metrics of performance of all your videos. And straight up, like, if you want a knife to your heart, upload a YouTube video and just watch a tank. You know, you put tens of hours into, you know, something creative and something you're really proud of, and it seems that nobody cares, you know. And but that's a brand new feeling for me. And I'll tell you what, it took me 50 videos to figure out that, right? I kind of had, I don't want to call it success, but good performance on some of my earlier videos where I uploaded, switch arms again. Whew. I uploaded like 1 or 2 videos at the beginning that kind of popped off, maybe like 20,000 views or something like that. And then my stupid brain just went like, man, well, that's pretty easy, right? If I could just keep this up, I'll just keep striking gold. And that wasn't far from, I mean, that was far from the truth. And it was a rude awakening because, you know, immediately after, just, it felt to me at least like flop after flop after flop. Yo, real quick, check this out. It's so messy. It's so pretty. Cool. And, you know, at first I got this like huge dopamine dump, right? Of like reinforcement of going like, look how good you are. Like, of course you thought this was going to be easy, and good job. And, you know, finally, right? But that was an interesting mountain to come off of, you know, and just kind of stuck it through. And I'm kind of here now. So like, it was like a blessing and a curse, because it gave me that like initial motivation to like keep doing it, right? But also at the same time, like, that's definitely not the case. And anybody who publishes anything is probably familiar with that feeling already. But it's a brand new feeling for me. And I have no habits built around social media use. And I like totally understand why it's kind of incredibly addicting to constantly get validation and constantly get an enforcement or reinforcement, right, for your efforts. And it's easy to kind of fall to that trap, I think. So I kind of developed this new protocol where I post and ghost. And basically what that means is I upload a video and I don't check it until I upload next, because I realized like I was quickly falling into that trap. Huh. I know I keep stopping, but it's so pretty. I want to share with what I'm seeing. Isn't that cool? So many ferns. It's a little bridge thing that I'm on. Like a little porch, whatever. You know, I fell into that trap really quickly, and probably after like video 4 or 5, I was like, dude, you got to figure this out, my brother. So I decided to post and ghost, and I realized it's a lot better for me because I get to just kind of focus on the next video. And it's always a surprise when I hop on and see whether the video performed well or not. You know, kind of been taking everything in strides. So it's definitely a mixture of emotions. What else do I want to bring up? Let's talk about production. Um, I used to film with my DSLR, big fancy camera. It's Canon, not too fancy, but it's a T7i something. It's probably like over 7 years old by now. And that camera shoots at 1080p, which is still HD and super solid. But man, it takes so much light to get that camera to be productive. And I bought some lights, still kind of struggled with it. I would in post-production would amplify the light artificially, but it would just make the image super grainy, which I kind of got away from that. But anyways, long story short, I ended up filming with this phone, which is Samsung S21. It's definitely not the most recent, but this thing shoots 4K. Like, my phone shoots better quality than my camera. And it's got, I mean, if any of you have a modern phone, you know this already, but I just kind of got this phone not that long ago. There's kind of three main camera settings, right? Kind of like a foreground, middle ground, and then like a background kind of camera setting, which allows you to kind of get some of those super wide angles, and that's kind of badass. I never realized that, like, well, actually, I did realize, I just didn't know how to do it. But like, I really wanted to get shots that included me and the technique and the massage all in one shot, right? Because like, I think it's really important to look at body mechanics, especially when delivering like strong, powerful strokes. And I always struggled to kind of capture what my body was doing and what my hands were doing. So that's been kind of fun and entertaining to kind of figure out. My life has become so much easier, like using my phone. Like, there is something to be said about like easy and efficient ways to kind of capture high quality content. And I have a favorite YouTuber. It's a food review show, and it's called the Best Ever Food Review Show. And it's the host, his name is Sunny. He's got a red bandana, you can't miss him. And he films all of his content on his phone. And it kind of lit a little light bulb in my head. I'm like, yo, why am I making this so complicated? Like, he is uploading super massively entertaining videos from his phone. Like, why not just use my phone? And so thanks, Sonny, for just being cool, man. It took me over, I would say, 20, 30 videos to kind of find my stride, my editing style slash like, editing style slash style. I don't know. Like, I had this rough outline in my head of like what I wanted to do, but then like quickly realized that like this is a beautiful mash between what I want, what y'all want, and what the algorithm wants. And I sound a little cringe kind of saying algorithm out loud, because in some ways that's the thing that's like, in some ways responsible for some success, right? Where of course you have to make like content people want to watch, but it's up to these algorithms to kind of promote some of your content and really push it out to a broader audience. And but that, you kind of have to play what I call the YouTube game a little bit. And I mean, it took me a year to realize this, so like this is kind of brand new information to me, where the titles have to be a little cringy sometimes. Like, you gotta invoke some kind of capacity of interest, right, with your titles and descriptions and things like that. And the thumbnail, like, these are really hyper engineered thumbnails to get maximum engagement. You know, and there's a YouTube game. Like, if you kind of, everybody knows who Mr. Beast is, right? You go through his channel, you get all his thumbnails. They have entire teams dedicated to just making thumbnails. And I'm like, yo, how am I supposed to, like, how does anybody supposed to do this? Like, it's so much effort, and it kind of explains why, like, there's an army of people making good content. So these are all realizations I'm having in real time. I've never done this before, and I just kind of want to say it out loud to somebody, or for those of you who care. What else do I want to talk about? I don't know. I'm just really thankful for all of you supporting my YouTube journey. It's kind of cool because I dedicate in some interesting, weird way all of my time to strangers, you know, but there's something that is happening inside of my body, inside of my soul, that I feel compelled to do this and kind of put out, you know, something that I'm really proud of and really passionate about. And I've almost like assumed this position as like, man, it's your job to make sure that you put out whatever you think the world has to know. And nobody told me that. But I was really paying attention to my own like consumption habits, you know, on hello. Sorry, there was people, and I've been kind of getting a little amped. So I was paying attention to my own like consumption habits, right? With like books and videos and YouTube and whatever. And I was like, man, like, imagine if this person didn't publish this video, or this person didn't like has written this book. Like, imagine if like Einstein was just like a little lazy and was just like, yeah, I don't want to publish E equals MC squared for what? And like, he's kind of the reason why like this world exists, and some of this modern world exists. And this isn't a comparison by any means, but you know, I have this massive compulsion to create, you know, whether that's art of any kind, building something, making something like pretty, I don't know, man. So, you know, my obligation for myself and the things that are innate to me, you know, it's what I'm kind of dedicating my time to. And I'm kind of excited to see like where this takes me. You know, it I don't know. It's been real peculiar and curious, and I don't think there's like a single day in the last year that hasn't gone by that I've thought about YouTube or you guys. So it's a real unique experience. And I think I read or listened to a statistic somewhere recently that was like, I forgot how many billions of users YouTube has, but like less than 4% are like creators. So there's 4% of the users on YouTube making all of the content. That's crazy. Like, what? So like, imagine the rate of upload for that amount of consumption. My God, that is bananas. So that's the journey I'm in right now. If you're wondering, this is me, completely unfiltered. I don't know what happened. I think when you shoot 4K, there's a limit to how long you can record before the phone overheats, I think. Anyways, I I don't know what the appropriate amount of subscribers it is to... Oh, there's more people. Gotta go. Give me a second. What's up, man? I don't know what the appropriate amount of subscribers reflection videos I should do, but I think maybe like 1,000. Pretty solid. Pretty good. Took a long time. 5,000 maybe. 10. And then 50. Now 50 is a massive number. I don't know, man. I never thought I was gonna get to 1,000, but at this rate, 1,000 subscribers a year. It took me 50 years. I'll be 80. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Hopefully I can get to that a lot sooner. But long story short, thank you guys. Thanks for listening to my rants. I think I might upload one of these. I don't know. If this is received well, and you've made it this far into the video, I want you to leave a comment that you enjoyed this, and maybe I'll upload one of these like once a month or something like that. I think that'd be kind of fun. Just like uncensored, unscripted, just, you know, la 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 la, Moy's world, and kind of walk you through all the chaos of massage therapy. Okay, so love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. I'll catch you guys in another video. One thing. Don't forget to give that like button. Hello to Postman for me. Bye.